You're listening to CBC Online at cbchs.org.
Certainly a company that's come into CBC and put in our new turf. So Rich, we want to talk to you a little bit about the turf field. This thing really went in quickly. Talk about just the project from start to this point now.
At this point, what we're doing is we're beginning the inlay process. We're taking what were professional markings and making them into high school markings. You see out to the center, you can see them inlaying the center hash marks, which are used to play. And then all the panels are mainly set. Now it's just a matter of cutting in any heavy spots or spots that might be a little bit light as we set the dimension to plug in here and there.
Has your company ever done this project?
Yes, we have. We did a field. The Rams field was removed. The last infilled field that was at the Edward Jones Dome was removed and reinstalled at Hannibal High School approximately 4 years ago. That was a little bit different. Most of the infill was removed from that material, so it was a little less, it was a little lighter, let's say, than this was. These were about, in 53-foot sections, these rolls weighed about 6,000 pounds each.
So we're in, what, week 4 of the project now? Is that what's
we are
going
in
on?
week 4. This is day 14. We've lost a couple of days to rain, but we're in day 14. We expect that within 2 weeks we'll be on the closing end of things. And then certainly not too long after July 4th, we should be in the grooming process, have the center logo replaced and the soccer lines in, and we'll be re-grooming and filling in the holes and with the infill and getting ready to play ball.
So to give some perspective, the first couple weeks was really just getting the area prepared. There was a lot of, chat rock. It seemed like there wasn't a lot going on, but boy, after that week 3 hit, you guys really were able to roll that turf out. Went very quickly. There
was some base remediation that needed to be done. Some things that were done, 9 or 10 years ago, grading-wise, that are not done today for perfect slope and planarity. We're at a 1% slope. This field was basically pregnant, so a lot of stone had to be moved from the highway end of the field and basically taken out so we could have a nice flat plane. Once that was done and the rollout process began, it took a little bit of trial and error to figure out what was going to work best based on the conditions. And once we got that figured out, it started to fly. So what were some of the challenges you guys faced? I mean, again, from the public, we seem to see this thing just kind of rolled out and it was almost done within a matter of weeks, but certainly you're far away from being completed. That's correct. I would say at this point, I explained it to a board member the other day, the really slow process is now done, and now just the regular slow process begins. And that's just the nature of the labor intensity of fitting new markings into an older field. And I say older field because it's not old. It's only had 30 games played on it, so with the full warranty behind it, this thing's going to last a long time. Now, you talk about the actual the field itself. It's really high quality, professional grade. You're in the business. I mean, give us a rating on what kind of turf we're getting here. I would say you're getting A1. This is top of the line in a slit film product. It's preferred by the professionals now as they start to transition from different types of materials. Has a little bit less sand. They're looking for a little softer surface. G-Max has really come into play. That's something that the company that brands this and sells this, markets it, and researches it has spent a lot of money and time on in G-Max quality and keeping it a soft but still fast and safe playing surface. So the first field went in 10 years ago is when the first turf, is really when turf fields were kind of coming down to the high school level. Certainly had a lot of wear and tear on it. So how is this turf going to compare to that old turf? Will the athletes and the coaches really see a big difference? Obviously they'll see an immediate difference the first time they play on it, and I think over time they will notice that year after year it will maintain the integrity of the structure itself. The structure being the turf, the infill, everything kind of holding in place with proper maintenance. It can last a very, very long time. And finally, just talk about TTI Sports. I mean, this is certainly a marquee project for you guys right here by the highway. Millions of people see it, within each week. A lot of drivers come by. It's got to be good for your company to get out there and do a field like CBC's. It is. We're a subsidiary of Ambassador Floor Company, which has been in St. Louis for over 26 years now. We're a union contractor. We're very proud of that. We belong to the Carpenters Union Local. We're floor layers by trade. I spent 20 years myself doing it. I live here in St. Louis. All the guys that you see doing the work live here in St. Louis. So it makes us all very proud to do something in our hometown that everyone can see from the highway, sure.
And what's up on the horizon for TTI Sports once you leave CBC? Do you have another installs?
Currently in town, we begin installation work on a new product, but it's the exact same kind of turf, the same brand turf, UBU's S5 brand turf. Installing at Washington University at Francis Field there. That's got a lot of history there as well. We're doing work around town for other companies as well. We're working at Columbia High School down in southern Illinois. We've got some work in Kansas City. So we're happy to be part of this region and think we're going to be here for a long, long time.
So you talk about July 4th is when the grooming process starts. When do you actually breathe a sigh of relief? At what point are you satisfied with the work?
When we get to the grooming process. That way, by that time, I would have picked this thing apart and make sure that there's nothing else that needs to be fixed or modified, to fit everyone's expectations.
Again, that's Gary Spleen. He is, Rich Spleen. Pardon me. He is with TTI Sports. Thank you for joining us. We'll catch up with you next time.
Thank you.
CBC, Men for Tomorrow, Brothers for Life.